Good evening. Welcome to the Comic Book Shop of Doom. I'm your host. This is the nightly news for Thursday, June 18th, 2020. This video is not for children, so if you're under 13, get your parents' permission to watch this video. If anything, have mom and dad watch it with you and they can explain things to you that you don't understand. I don't need a $40,000 fine from YouTube, COPA, or the government. So let's get right into your nightly news with comic books, wrestling, and TV and movie news. Okay, Alex Rider is renewed for season 2 in the UK. I don't even know if that show is here in the United States. So they know they made a movie like about 15 years ago, but they got a show in the UK. Okay, this is going to be a reoccurring trend. The CW acquires 4 alternate series for the summer lineup. So what they're doing is they're going overseas and they're buying like English shows and European shows and bringing them over to the United States to fill the gap for where they haven't filmed anything here in a while because of the pandemic. So they don't want to run all reruns all summer, so they're buying these cheap shows that air on TV. Quibi is in talks with Roku and Amazon Fire TV about getting on those platforms where you could view Quibi. So it's a little too late. They launched, we talked about it yesterday. They only have 30% of what they projected to investors and everything and what they were supposed to. And they took a lot of ad money from Walmart and all these other companies. And they didn't produce the eyeballs. Okay, AWA Studios. That's Bill Jamas's new company. They have a digital series out called The Resistance Rebounds at awastudios.net. So go check that out. He signed a deal with Diamond last week to distribute them in comic book shops. So Bill Jemas has got Rupert Murdoch's son is the money man behind the company, so he invested all the money in that. Okay, I Am Vengeance Retaliation, starring former WWE wrestler Wade Barrett, aka Stu Bennett, will be released on digital and video on demand platforms this Friday. So it's a sequel. He did one already. Kristen Stewart is going to play Princess Diana in a movie. So that's actually pretty good casting. She kind of looks like her. So I see them with the makeup and the, cutting her hair a certain way. She could pull it off. Okay, fans, quote, unquote. So I don't know who this is, but now there's a movement to get transgender Dominique Jackson hired as Storm in the MCU, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So if they redo the X-Men, they have a transgender actor that wants the job. Okay, Scott Baio and Christy Swanson, they have a movie that was shut down due to violating the COVID-19 guidelines and child safety rules. So they were making some kind of divorce comedy, and whoever shut it down because they're violating all the safety rules they got in place. Okay, Green Arrow and the Canaries, the story will be told regardless if the TV show is picked up on the CW. So somebody's pushing this Green Arrow and the Canaries spinoff. Deathstroke the Terminator has an animated movie coming out. The trailer just dropped. So go on YouTube, look up Deathstroke animated film and see what you like it or not. I haven't seen it yet. Lord of the Rings Rise to War as a mobile game has been announced. So they're going to have a mobile game for Lord of the Rings. The hit comic book, well, I guess it's not a hit anymore, Immortal Hulk will end with issue 50. So for a while, this thing was Marvel's most acclaimed comic book. So I wonder what happened. I never read it. So I missed the whole thing. Everybody said it was like a horror book. And I never read any issues, so I couldn't tell you one thing about it. Okay, we got a DC artist-writer, Cameron Stewart. DC dropped this guy. They had a book in the works with him, and they didn't say what it is, but they dropped him. He's been accused of raising a young girl as a girlfriend. Like he was kind of like a harem thing where he had her going when she was like 17 or something. And then when she was like 22, he started like telling her to commit suicide or something. So this is kind of a sick story. And a lot of people used to comment that he used to draw Batgirl as if she was 12 years old. So DC ran for the hills. They want nothing to do with this guy. So they pulled all, ties and pulled everything from this dude. DC Direct has ceased distribution through Diamond effective immediately. So we said the other day that they're keeping the UK distribution at least till the end of the year. Well, DC Direct, that does all their statues and toys and stuff. They got out of there real quick. Okay, Star Wars news. Disney is going to re-release The Empire Strikes Back in 4K in the UK cinemas to bring back the business because of the pandemic. So they redid the print. They cleaned up the print and they got a 4K edition. So I know they got the Blu-ray of that here and whatever DVD Blu-ray. So that's a good thing. That's always a good movie to go see in the show. Probably the best movie of all time in my opinion. It's the best Star Wars movie hands down. Disney Plus is going to link all of their Star Wars TV shows. So the new thing is they want to do just like the Marvel Universe. Everybody knows everybody. So the Mandalorian will cross over with Ben Kenobi and stuff like that. Or whatever, they're going to make references to stuff. So I could see that working. They just got to have the right guy running the ship. That's all it is. It just takes, or woman, the right person to run the company and say that works, that doesn't. That's what'll get that thing going. Star Wars Celebration 2022. Okay, if you already bought tickets to this one this year that was canceled, you could redeem your tickets for the 2022 and they'll give you a limited edition pin that's only available through them. So you might have to wait 2 years, but you get a goodie to wait. So there you go. So they must be hard up for ticket money. Wrestling news. Okay, WWE, excuse me. Excuse me. Dry throat. WWE brought back Pat Buck to be a producer again. So he was furloughed in April with a bunch of guys, so they called him back. AEW, John Skyler wrecked his knee in a tag match on Dark, and he's going to be out 6 months. Now, I don't know nothing about this guy. I don't know if they have him under a deal or what, but he's out for a while. Okay, the SmackDown tapings were supposed to take place on Wednesday. They were pushed back because of COVID-19 results, and they're taping all kinds of stuff, but so SmackDown, if they tape it, it's going to be late or it'll be on Thursday for Friday airing. So there's a lot of, they got a lot of problems where they had the one person test positive and they're probably scrubbing the place down. So, good luck to that. Mustafa Ali is being moved to Raw. So he was complaining about not being on TV for a while and everything, so they must have listened to him, so they put him on Raw. I think basically he's to replace AJ Styles, because they moved AJ Styles off of Raw to SmackDown because he had a fucking beef with Paul Heyman. So then the last thing is we got Vincent Kennedy McMahon was planning on releasing talent before the COVID-19 virus. So around WrestleMania, Vince was cleaning house. He was going to do a spring cleaning regardless of COVID-19 happening. So they probably looked at the books and said, we got too much dead weight here. We're paying guys that we don't need. And they also, a lot of these guys, they picked up because everybody was starting to do these exclusive contracts. They were afraid because they didn't know what was AEW if they really were going to go all in and put in all this money. So that's why they were locking up a lot of guys so they wouldn't have, competition. It didn't work. Everybody have a good night.